Welcome back. This is Ant-Man 2015. We're talking about Mortal Kombat 11. What I'm going to be doing today is Fujin's moveset for Mortal Kombat 11. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about all the moves that will be standard moves that carry over through each of his variations, then talk about what the names of the variations are, and then what makes them different in each one. So without further ado, the first move is Dust Storm. Dust Storm is a mid-range move that'll create a cyclone effect that'll hold an opponent in place for a few moments so that you can get a free hit off. With EX, it'll provide armor. Slam. Slam will work while your opponent's in Dust Storm. It'll basically cause a gust of wind that'll bounce your opponent off the ground and give you pop-up. With the EX, it'll allow you to do this twice, giving you a pop-up, a chance at the end. We also have Dive Kick, which is a move that'll allow you to move horizontal through the air, kind of in a spinning manner, hit your opponent, and do a backflip off of them. When you use the EX version of it, you'll actually do 3 kicks in a row. This will also provide chip damage if your opponent is blocking. Now, it wouldn't be Mortal Kombat if we didn't add a couple of different moves, so we're going to add some new moves to Fujin. One of the new moves is going to be Paper Cranes. When you use Paper Cranes, you'll actually create 3 paper cranes that'll float around Fujin. When you EX it, those cranes will become on fire and provide a little bit of damage over time. The next move on top of that is to shoot the cranes. With a standard one, you'll just actually throw out a crane at mid-level. With an EX, the crane will go both high and low. Now, if you've already used the move where their EX are on fire, you're going to get that extra damage for them. His final move that he shares in all of his variations is Turbulence, which is going to be an air throw. It'll basically be a move where you can grab an opponent in air and spin them and throw them towards the corner. If you EX it, you'll be able to spin them towards the corner, and they will bounce out after they hit the corner, so you can continue to do attacks in the air, or you can do a dive kick or something. The 3 variations is going to be Wind God, Turbulence, and Vortex. In Wind God, we're going to change the Dust Storm, so it's almost like a stance. When you do one, you're going to stun your opponent so that you can get a free attack. With 2, you're going to launch the opponent up in the air so that you'll be able to kind of do air combos or be able to land some extra hits on them. 3 is going to hold the target longer and actually elevate them sort of in the air like Ermac would do. And 4 is just going to release them. So if you grabbed them and you didn't really want it. The next ability is going to be Fly. So a little bit like we did with Ermac in the previous game, I want flight combat to be a little bit more aggressive. And since we're going to have more characters that can fly, maybe we'll see that. The next one's going to be an air combo. This is going to be basically a special attack chain that you can do in air while you're in the Wind God form. And then we're also going to change it so you can do a shooting crane at an angle, so when you jump you can fire them down at your opponents. Then we're going to move on to Turbulence. Turbulence is going to add to many of your combos, giving you kind of a wind effect, most of the time doing pushbacks or bounce or pop-up attacks, which will allow you to be able to do more combinations off of them. So think a little bit like Thunderer for Raiden. Turbulence will also allow you to produce 3 cranes at the same time that will fly up into the air and actually can target your enemy. The EX cranes will lock onto the target and kind of follow them and then provide pop-up whenever they hit. We're also going to get a move called Slam Bang, which is going to be an air combo, which will allow you to do X number of hits and then either hit your opponent towards the ground, which will cause pop-up, or knock them further up in the air where you can follow them. This one will be limited, so you're probably only going to get like 2 or 3 of these before you fall to the ground, but your descent is going to be greatly slowed. The last variation is Vortex. With Vortex, you're going to get a move called Jet Pull. which is going to go ahead and allow you to actually pull your enemy towards you so that you're going to be able to get free hits. With the EX version of it, it's actually going to whip them off their feet, so it's going to be able to kind of, it'll actually make them so they have to break their guard. Next one's going to be low stream. This is going to be a blowback that'll hit with a low, so it'll actually flip them off their feet, cause them to fall on their face. When you EX it, the whip is going to send them so far that they actually bounce off the ground and you get a pop-up. Next one is Jet Stream. Jet Stream will actually pull your opponent straight towards you. It's going to give you a chance to get some extra hits, so kind of think of it like Scorpion's harpoons. With the EX, you're going to go ahead and get armor for that. Then we're also going to go ahead and do Spin. With the Spin, you're going to be able to hold down the button and actually draw your enemy in closer. And whenever they get pulled all the way in, they'll be grabbed and hurtled out. You can go ahead and EX it to hold it longer and to move across the ground. You're also going to go ahead and get Air Spin. Like your drill kick, it'll actually just cause more hits and kind of spiral you in the air towards your opponent. The EX version of it is going to come with armor, and once it's hit that last hit, will cause pop-up and send you back up in the air. So those are the moves, the abilities for Fujin for Mortal Kombat 11. Hopefully you guys enjoy those and think that they're interesting. Either way, this is this is Ant-Man 2050 saying, have fun, play games, have fun, and be aware. Until next time.